There is more life per acre here than anywhere else on Earth. Here, where hundreds of kinds of trees reach for the sun, the entire Amazonian forest is, in a way, one vast intertwined tree of life. A single tree may support some 400 species of insects. On vine-laced branches high in the jungle canopy, move monkeys, bats, snakes, and birds. Of the life forms that are known in the world, about half are found in the Amazon basin. Covering 2.5 million square miles in 9 different countries, the largest rainforest in the world shelters many of the Earth's undiscovered species as well. Rainforest, to the untrained eye, looks paradoxically monotonous. Only scientists and the human inhabitants of this jungle know where to find many of the 4,300 bird species, 125 kinds of mammals, 100 species of reptiles, and 30 million insect species that live within, above, and below this tangle of vegetation. Most animals live 30 feet or more above the ground, amid branches so thick that these creatures of the canopy are often out of sight of their own kind. This three-toed sloth thrives on the leaves of the cecropia tree. It hangs almost immobile for weeks on end, earning its name. On the ground, the sloth can neither walk nor stand, but it can swim. Eco Park is a 2,000-acre island in the center of the Amazon. Here, Mark van Roosmalen, a Dutchman who works for the Natural Institute for Amazon Research, provides a home for injured and confiscated monkeys.
We have, at the moment, 20 species of monkeys from the Amazon. We have a very rare monkeys that are never on exhibit, like the white vacares. They are from the flooded forest. The purpose of this monkey jungle is scientific and conservational. I would like to bring endangered species to this natural habitat where they can accumulate the knowledge of the forest in order to survive.
Howler monkeys keep their troops together by vocalizing. A kind of loudspeaker built into the larynx enables their cries and hoots to be heard for 3 miles, an intimidating sound for would-be predators and members of rival howler bands. During the sultry heat of midday, even howlers fall silent as they rest within the verdant canopy. "125 million years ago, the Amazon and Africa's Niger were probably one river, flowing west into the Atlantic across Gondwanaland. Then that gigantic landmass, which contained the present-day continents of Africa, Eurasia, Australia, Antarctica, and the Americas, began to break up. As it drifted to the west, South America crashed into a tectonic plate that underlies the South Pacific. This collision with the Nazca Plate forced the Andes to rise. Now blocked by an impenetrable barrier, unable to flow the mere 100 miles west to the Pacific Ocean, the river spread out to the east, forming an inland sea. Eventually, it broke through to the Atlantic, resulting in the 3,900-mile Amazon River, the second longest in the world. There are more kinds of birds in the Amazon basin than anywhere else on the globe. Many feed on the insects that flourish in this climate. The tropics lack nature's best insecticide, cold weather. Plants protect themselves from infestation by producing potent chemicals, some of which have medicinal properties.
Los ribereños de las zonas lo conocen como achiote.
People along the
Los
river
científicos
call the
que
sap
vinieron a hacer
achiote.
estudio en nuestra Amazonía nos enseñaron que la savia de esta planta se
Scientists
utiliza
tell
para
us this can be
combatir
used to cure conjunctivitis.
Indigenous people use plants for healing and for purposes less curative. Natives of the Amazon put curare on the tips of arrows for poison. Curare slows the heart. A lethal dose stops it entirely. In modern hospitals, surgeons use a curare derivative as a muscle relaxant for heart operations. In an effort to create synthetic counterparts, scientists collect plants that indigenous people use. Each property of these plants is carefully analyzed in the hope of discovering the secret to synthesizing their curative chemicals. One of the paradoxes of the Amazon basin is that the ground supporting this profusion of life, 250 tons of biomass per acre, is barren, a virtual desert. Most of the nutrients in this ecosystem are found in the canopy, 30 feet above the forest floor. Organisms high within the branches decompose quickly in the humid heat, providing nourishment for new life. This forest is a giant organism that recycles nutrients and moisture at a rapid rate. As sunlight warms the trees, vast quantities of vapor rise from the forest canopy. Clouds gather, and torrential rain, sometimes 100 inches a year, replenishes the watershed. 1/5 of all the fresh water on Earth flows through the Amazon basin. One single tributary, the Rio Negro, carries more water than all of the rivers of Europe combined. Forests surrounding the Rio Negro are periodically flooded. As the waters recede, organic matter washes into the river, giving the Negro its dark color. The confluence of the Negro and the Amazon near Manaus is the world's richest freshwater fishery, and it yields a greater diversity of fish than any other waters on Earth. The giant pirarucu can grow 9 feet and may weigh 200 pounds. Though a fish, it behaves in some ways like a mammal. It cares for its young. Fingerlings follow their mother for up to 4 months. Having a lung as well as gills, the pirarucu rises to the surface to breathe, an easy target for the harpoon of a fisherman. Many a fisherman has lost a toe or a finger landing the omnivorous piranha. But the piranha's primary food is other fish. Often a piranha may take a bite of another piranha. This is one way that these schools keep their food supply abundant. One of the reasons for the astonishing diversity of life forms in the Amazon is that until recently, there was no one dominant species. There was enough food for all, and of so many different kinds that a multitude of creatures were able to establish a unique niche. Only in recent decades have human efforts altered this environment on a major scale. Road building, mining, damming, and jungle burning have been destroying the rainforest at the rate of 13,000 square miles a year, an area about the size of Switzerland. If this pace continues, the Amazonian ecosystem will be a memory within 100 years. Those who appreciate nature's wisdom ponder whether human wisdom will grow in time to save this primeval wonder, a tree of life that shelters half the genetic heritage of life on Earth. Some splendid, some austere, magnificent treasures all. These miracles of creation come to us as gifts, not to possess nor to exploit, but to hold in trust for countless generations to follow. May these wonders of nature inspire such awe, such wisdom as we require.